Hey guys, it's Rob. 620 days until I turn 30, and starting next episode, I'm going to scoot the check-in back to the beginning of the show. I got some feedback about the show that I'm going to discuss a little later in this episode that really made me think about some things, and I think I need to change some things based on that. It was really just kind of an epiphany. But I'll get to that in just a minute. The entire episode actually is going to be kind of a check-in on the three things that I've been working with. So first of all, the weight loss. I managed to lose roughly 6 pounds in the past month, a little under that. I am not going to make that goal of hitting 235 by the time I'm the best man in that wedding in November, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with where I am as far as pace of losing weight. You know, if I'm churning through about 1.5 pounds a week, that's pretty fast, and so I'm not super broken up about not hitting 235 by the time that comes around. Step one here with that is, you know, as my own judge, I'm finding that I'm satisfied even if I didn't meet the aggressive weight loss goal that I set back when I was asked about it. Secondly, on the writing front, holy moly, September blew by, and you may remember I talked about being in Japanese language class in college and putting off all my homework to the last minute, and I think that's kind of the same thing that happened here. The 25,000 word goal that I set out for the month of September didn't come together at all. Only made it about halfway. If I were employed by someone and only did 50% of the work that I was assigned, I would be fired, or at the very least severely reprimanded. So something's got to change. But these kinds of episodes are important because I'm still operating under the assumption that come June 9th, 2014, when I turn 30, I'm going to have 5 books behind me. I still feel rather confident about that. And so hopefully when that time comes, you can come back to episodes like this and see, you know, positivity in the face of setbacks and willingness to adapt or find a new way to take things on that I exhibit here, and hopefully that's, you know, interesting and inspiring. Lastly, the show. I got some really great feedback and really long and elaborate feedback from my friend Arthur, who's been watching the show, and he really gave me a lot of stuff to think about. So number one, I'm moving the check-in back to the start of the episodes after this episode, because it gives you context for my whole agenda here. You know, the show doesn't really have a meaning without the weight loss stuff and the writing stuff. The whole purpose of it, you know, any content beyond that is icing. And without me checking in and making that kind of the cornerstone, it doesn't quite come together as well. And he pointed that out, as well as pointing out that I've had some episodes lately that I've felt kind of, you know, not so great about lately. The ones that have been kind of iffy for me have been ones where my friend pointed out that ultimately I got kind of preachy, and that is not how I want to come off. You know, it makes me look stuck up. It makes me look like I'm high and mighty and bequeathing wisdom to you. So that said, I'm going to try what Arthur suggested. He had some really good points about, you know, just say what you're doing and talk about how it does or doesn't work for you. Make it personal. And I think that's ultimately great advice, and he really hit the nail on the head. It's the kind of thing where I looked at it, and the moment I read it, I was like, yeah, okay. You know, it's like this thing that I knew deep down inside, but couldn't quite, you know, uncover and dig out for myself. So super thanks, big shout out to him. So I'm going to kind of adapt the show more in that direction, try to just stick with more personal stuff. And I'm also not going to shove a topic out if I don't have a topic, because in a lot of those cases when I have the episodes when I'm stammering or kind of not really having things come together, a lot of that is because I was sitting there last minute after writing all day and saying, oh gosh, like, what am I going to talk about? And so I just kind of pulled something out of thin air, and it wasn't something that I could really feel passionate and informed about. So you might see some shorter episodes from time to time if I don't have a ton to talk about. But I think a short, good episode is better than hitting that time mark, but ultimately having it be lousy and having people be like, oh, gosh, what a preachy, stuck-up jerk. So those are the changes that are going to go around. I think that's all three things, though, with the weight loss, the writing, and the show. So like I said, the whole reason the check-in's at the end is because I wanted to kind of talk about that new stuff. So here's the check-in. Down below that 250 mark and minus 2.6 for this update from where I was when my weight kind of jumped up last update. So that's super cool. And now the kind of new thing. So I'm thinking that the book is going to end up around 60,000 words. And I wanted to be finished with my rough draft by mid-October. So for the next 7 updates, every one of these boxes is an indicator of 2,000 words. So what I'm going to try to do is every update have 2 boxes checked off, which means on 2 separate days between each update, I'm going to type 2,000 words. And until I do those 2,000 words, I can't have fun. So on any given day, I will take up the 2,000 word goal and not engage in entertaining activity until that 2,000 word goal is done. After that, I can enjoy an evening of Diablo or whatever game I'm into at the moment, Guild Wars 2, what have you. So being that all the little increments between these updates are 3 days and 4 days, that should be a totally attainable goal. So by the early October 20s, I should be either done or on kind of the final stretch, just based on how the plot looks. So that, I think, as far as being a much shorter term moment-to-moment goal, is going to treat me a lot better for my psychological mindset. It's going to treat me a lot better than the long-term goal that I set, where I was like 25,000 words, however they come to me. And as you can see, that went extremely poorly. So I will see you guys on Monday. And I've got a party that I'm expected to go to on Saturday, but I think I'm going to kind of, if I don't put out the words on Friday and Saturday afternoon before that party, I'm basically just going to keep myself home until the job's done. And so hopefully that withholding will produce some reward-centric carrot and stick behavior from me. So thank you for joining me so far, and I hope you'll continue to watch these episodes and enjoy them. And I hope to have inspiring things to say that hopefully don't come off as quite as either preachy or uninformed. So learning and growing every day, I guess. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.